Morning, and it's Saturday, just morning. I've just positioned my Land Rover 109, put some wheels on the back to move the jacking points further forward. Took quite a bit of time doing that. I can't get too far forward because of the chassis. As you can see there, I've got to put the cross member in, outrigger, and clean that up, and you can see the chassis underneath is rotten there. And then I just took the wheel off. I've got a jacking point under the front axle, jacking points, and as you can see axles there under some ply, being very careful as best as I can, of course. And then joy of joys, which I knew that was a bit shitty and rotten, there's the lovely cross member. Well, it isn't a cross member, it's gone. This is the biggest problem I've got. And then, as you can see, the crust of 20 years. Literally, I have no idea what some of this stuff is. Mud. And there you go. So, joy of joys, it's just a question of now of ascertaining where and what I can do with this front section. Steady, of course, because I'm still working on a few other bits and pieces, but at least it'll give me an idea of what I need, and start loosening the wings and various other bits and pieces. Anyway, I hope that's lovely. Oh dear. Cheers, folks. Well, it took a little bit of time to get the wing off. Oh dear me. Well, the blower motor's gone, that's for certain. The front chassis, that's the dumb iron, but there's supposed to be well, a cross member going across here, which doesn't exist. This is gone. I'm not too sure about the radiator, that's another bugbear. But since I've jacked it up, since I've got some weight off in the centre there, and it's just balancing slowly, you can actually turn the fan now, where before, because the vehicle had been pushed up here, it was catching the fan, and now it doesn't, so it's dropped about an inch. So that's the biggest problem I'll have, is actually trying to set the front dumb irons. They're just going to be the same, simple as that. Whether they're going to be spot on, I don't know, but I'll do my best. But if you've got no point to measure from, it is extremely difficult, because there's nothing, there's no metal, and it's only held on by 1.5 inches there, literally, just 1.5 inches, that's it. There's nothing else holding that. Oh, hang on, there's a little bit at the back. Oh well, this section here is only if it's left and right hand drive. I don't have to build that back in. It's only the other side that has to have it in, because it's got the idler steering box in it. So, yes, just locating a bit of a chassis now, and hopefully we can rebuild it. Well, we'll rebuild it. And there's the heater, snow heater. That's pretty much US. I have a spare, which I'll rebuild and put in, and I've got the foot to put in, and the door pillar to put in. There you go. One side at a time, sweet Jesus. Right, got to tack this outrigger in, otherwise I can't work on the door pillar because it won't be lined up. So if I get that lined up, which is what I think it is, and I've jigged and poked about, let's hope it's right. Anyway, crack on. Oh, it looks a bit blobby. Got to grind it off. Managed to get it in position. The blob sticking out is because I fill the holes and try and give it a bit more support. I've done the brace. That's basically it. So I'm going to clean it off, sort it, and see what I can get done today. A little bit longer, but that's the outrigger in. Cheers. Sunday morning all. Well, a little bit of prepping now. It's careful consideration. I've been sitting there looking, thinking. So what I'm trying to do is put the foot in, and the pillar, and try and reinforce this here, which I'm going to do a plate now. I'll try and bring you along. I mean, I'm not an expert, as you say, but I know there's a bit of metal need putting in there. It is rather rotten, but one thing at a time. So I'll put this little section in here if I can, and just put that in, get that lined up a bit. I know I've got a bit more work around here, and I've got to make all this up, but it is quite sturdy apart from that moving. But once the foot's in and the pillar's in, pre-drilled some of the rivets out, straightened everything up, cleaned everything off, lining everything up, double check, triple check and quadruple check. A little bit of grinding to do here and cutting on the pillar just so I can blend the seams in here. I'm not very good at welding, but I'll try and get the seams blended in a bit better, and then gentle bit of grinding and it should be okay. So that's the rest of it for today. If I can get that pillar in and the foot in and a little bit of work tacked in here, I'll be quite happy since it's Sunday. Anyway, cheers folks. Well, door pillars, not easy. Trying to get the top lined up, just trying to correct some of the mistakes in theory I might have made or not made. It sits better inside. It needs tugging out a little bit, but it's trying to get this lined up down here, trying to get it not distorted. The bolts, whatever, nothing's welded yet. I need to just grind a little bit out the top here just to line that up a little bit more, and then what I thought of doing is just putting another little plate over the top here and then cutting at the seam, well, cut it for the seam so it blends into the seam, because it's shallow, it's sunk in a bit there. And then I've got a plate on the inside just to hold that. Not easy, but sit and scratch in your head, sit and think about it, and see if we can get there within inches. No rush. Cheers. Well, that's my day done. Tidy up now, massive tidy up, sweep up, sort out before I do anything. That's pretty much in line. Well, no, it's not pretty much in. Lined up the pillar, lined up that. Got a few bits to do, but I've done enough cutting and grinding to annoy the neighbours, so I shall pack that in. It's getting there slowly. Ground all that down, so the pillar hopefully will be in sometime tomorrow. And there you go, and the other bits and pieces I've got to put in. Right, cheers folks, have a nice day. Well, I'm disappointed in that. That's why I've come away and left it now. Try to do the top and it just blows holes, no metal in there at all, so I have to put another piece in. I'm going to have to, well, use a little bit of filler. I've just sealed around the sides, popped it all in. It's all pretty much lined up. Put a bit of metal in here, and I've still got to put this bracket in here. I've had enough, so I'm going in, and that's the best thing to do. If you've had enough, walk away. Cheers. Well, I'm not too sure that's coming out, but that's inside the chassis. It don't look too bad. Still see a bit of paint, etc. Hopefully when I get the wax oily type substance which I'm going to use, it might protect it a bit more. But anyway, you can see where it needs to be. I'm swinging it on the floor here. I've just cut this section out just under the rigger. It all seems good metal. There's a little bit under the spring hanger I can't get, but I can't get the spring off yet. So what I'm doing is wrapping a plate up here, the flat section first, and tucking it into there. You can see there's good metal there. So I'm going to put a flat plate at the bottom of the so-called chassis in, and then I'm going to offer the side up and shape the side accordingly to go round. Tidy this section up here where the light is, and then I've got to make a bracket which is like that side there where my hammer is for the bolt-in gearbox cross member, and I've got to make that as well because that's a bit shagged, and I've got to make the brackets for this here. But like as you say, one step at a time. So if I can get this little section done, that means I can move my blocks, woods, etc. another 4 to 5 inches, 6 inches up, which will take the front of the weight, so then I can actually drop the springs and axle and do the front dumb irons. Anyway, hopefully that's cleared that up. So there you go. So back at work to it, and see what happens this week. I managed to pick up a few bits from Billing Aquadrome, diaphragm and another tunnel, but the tunnel's okay, but the diaphragm is pretty much US on this side. I'm not going to put a step in, I'm going to clean the step up and grind it, and I'm going to patch it. Yeah, okay. And then I've got a new crash panel which I managed to pick up, sorry, second-hand crash panel, which is the lower dash, and I've got that picked up from Billing Aquadrome as well for 20 quid. So I'm quite pleased with that. So hopefully at the end of this week should see a little bit more of an improvement, a little bit more done. And then hopefully I've got to get the seat box out. This is all hopefully try and get the seat box out, disconnect the various bits and pieces, which, as you know, on a seat box in a stage 1. And then I want to clean this chassis section up here and inside, and give that a bit of a coat, undercoat and top coat, and then get my cans of it's not wax all aboard, it's the other one anyway, and spray in these chassis sections, and clean these sections in there and give them a good spray as well. That's about it then. So an update from last week anyway. Cheers folks. All in all, well, managed to get the seat box off yesterday, and the various other bits and pieces. What a nightmare that is on a stage 1. I've just done a process of assembling the welding this side. I haven't done the other side. I've done a bit of prepping. The little metal plates that you can see sticking down are just to hold the plate, which I will clip in. So I've just tacked at both ends, so I'll make a plate to fit into there, weld round. Hopefully I can do it reasonably well and tidy. Clean it up. I've got a weld underneath that spring there, but I can't do that until I get the spring off, as I said before on the previous. So that's coming on. I'm happy enough, nice and steady. So that's how I'm doing it anyway. I've got time to do that, so cheers folks. And the seat box I'll prep and do sorted in a bit. Cheers. Well, a little pop hole got to do, and bits and pieces, but all metal cut out, no piece put in, which is okay. It's not too bad, you know, it's solid enough. It's welded well. Got to be careful on any gas. I've just got to do the other side now. But just got to prep the other side clean and tidy. But ain't in no rush, as you can see. Still plenty to sort of get my teeth into. So there you go. But it'd be nice to get this chassis section done, because the other side's okay, and then I could then clean this off, which I'm just scraping some of the muck off, and hopefully if the rain stops and whatever, clean this chassis section down, and it'd be nice to then sort of drop a bit of paint on the chassis up to the outrigger here, and connect the prop back up, and as you say, connect the brake hose up and fuel pipe, and let's see about getting the tool back on. I'm still waiting for the exhaust from Craddock's. It's been over 2 weeks now, but I hopefully will get that this week, and I've ordered some more bits and pieces, and we'll see how we go. Little go at the footwell shortly, but I'll get this other side of the chassis done now. It's the hardest bit. I'll cut a bit of the exhaust off, see how we go. Other than that, you know, with the rain and the showers, it's not too bad. Anyway, cheers folks, catch you again soon.